From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes. Moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
Mike, 315.
Mike, 49. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Check safety.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Graham, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Let's go, D. You go tight. Alert. You got tight right there. Pick the edge. Come.
Friday. Hey, zero.
Backfield. Motion out of the backfield. 50 seconds.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Touchdown, New Orleans. D.D. Westbrook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 30 base.
They're running, man.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
We play to win.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
No.
Charlotte, 64. Let's go.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
It's easy work, and it's coming.
2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. On play action, they'll throw. Open man is heard. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Now this throw caught left side, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Down. 8 read.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And now it's second down. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone. You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful. Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Second and 10. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them. But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational. This is Grant. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
49 the mic. 49 the mic.
Now Wilson. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football? This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure. They'll run on first down. It's Grant. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 28-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
It's just me and you.
On second down now, it's Grant. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth.
One left. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here. Fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
90 Wolf.
Second and 7 at the 29.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Let's see it. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. It's our time. It's our time.
They'll set up to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
It's a gain of 13, but it brings up third down.
Let's go.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I 7.
Mike, check.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach. because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good job right there.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Out to his left. Now he's going to let it. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Panthers take over
That's it,
1st
baby.
and 10
We gonna work.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
30 base.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Hey, Alpha.
59. Mike's 59. Focus, defense, focus.
Get it.
He'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hurd. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
You're out.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Go 14.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Wilson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Just like that.
Topper! Hey, foxtrot!
Here's 2nd and 8. This is caught by Robinson. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll set up a throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And again, it's Chubb. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
General West.
They'll drop to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Chubb, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ready up.
Mike 5-9. We want this. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Tight dog.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
They're going to look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more than he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Let's go. Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents. And
they're able to get this one across the 35. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Here's Grant. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
He was brought down by Patrick Peterson. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They go back to Grant. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Corey Grant with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
60 Pittsburgh.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Ready.
Now back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play. Yeah. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they got an answer for it.
On 2nd down. It's Grant. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They will run with Grant. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Corey Grant with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
No, I would tell my offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Back to throw here. And his throw here is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Hey, check 20.
Blue draw Corker. Hey, Haywood. Hey, Charlie.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Robinson's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Robinson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Ready?
First down, Panthers.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey, Delta. Get it.
Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. T.J. Green with a pick. There goes Green. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Kenny Clark, that's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.